Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session of AAC in the Cloud. This is a pre-conference session, so I hope you're watching it on your time and maybe enjoying this in your pajamas with your favorite ice cream or a bowl of cereal or something. But welcome, and I'm excited to be able to talk to you today about some of the free resources that are available to support communication teams to help create buy-in for those that are AAC users or that are supporting AAC in a classroom or at home, or ways to build and grow communication as we try to encourage the people around us to better communicate with an AAC user. Communication is such an innate part of everything that we do, and those connections that we build with people are the most important part of what communication can do. While it's great to be able to tell somebody what you want for lunch or to answer questions for a test to show the things that you've learned, the most important communication that we do is to show connections and to develop those interactions and those opportunities between different people. So we want to make sure that we are encouraging AAC, not because of AAC itself, but because it lets a person be able to express themselves and to communicate who they are. Everyone has a voice inside them, and AAC just makes it a little bit easier for some people to share that with the people around them. So first of all, who am I? My name is Melissa DeMoe, and I have been working with AAC and communicators for just over 8 years now. I am currently employed by Cough Drop, that is now part of Forbes AAC, and that's part of my disclosure here that I am employed by Cough Drop with Forbes AAC, and I create resources and tools that help communicators and teams. Those are shared freely through the internet and through our sites and opportunities. So it's not like you have to have specific access or things to reach those, but I do create a lot of this content as part of my job. I'll be sharing a lot of content, some of it that I've created or that's available through Cough Drop, but some of the content is just free and available for anybody who's looking for additional resources, and I hope this will be a help to communicators and teams as you move forward. So as an introduction today, I just hope that we can explore some of the incredible materials that are out there. Obviously, I can't cover everything, and I hope that you'll take some time to maybe delve into where you can get some great resources. There are a lot of groups like on Facebook or on Instagram that share resources and opportunities and that give tips and ideas about AAC and communication. Those are great things to follow so that you have those connections and you can kind of have a daily reminder or a suggestion. Oh, that's something that might work for me, or maybe that would be good for one of my students. But there are just a lot of free resources, and we're really grateful to the people in the AAC community who share their insights, their understanding, their research, their experience, so that everybody can grow from that and try to become the best communication team that we possibly can. So where we're going to start today is with a resource called the AAC Core Workshop. So the Core Workshop was actually created as a resource through Cough Drop. And so I'm going to show you a little bit about how that works today. Here you'll find a lot of resources that support core communication, and that's why we have the name Core in the Core Workshop option. Core words, as a lot of you I'm sure are aware, are those basic building blocks of communication. So if we give people a speech board that has maybe their favorite foods on it, that's great if they want to tell us what food they want. It's not so great if they want to tell us what TV show they are hoping to watch, or what they did last night, or the name they hope for their dog. Those kinds of things can't be expressed with such a specific kind of or a limited focused speech board. So we want to make sure that we provide opportunities for communicators to have access to core communication, because those communication sets allow for expanded communication on any topic, whatever it is that they want to talk about, not just one specific topic. So the Core Communication Workshop is built on these core word ideas, and I'm going to show you just a little bit about what that looks like. So this is the Core Communication Workshop. You can find this at coreworkshop.com. And you can come and kind of explore a little bit of the opportunities and things that are available here. If you come to the words section over here, you'll notice a listing of almost 200 different words that are available within the Core Communication Workshop. You can click on any of these words. Let's just do AM. We're just going to jump in and look at AM. And the Core Communication Workshop will give you some options or some additional information about that. So it's going to show a speech button that has that particular word on it. It's going to give you some options if you want to focus on this word. There are some things that you can do. Once you've registered, you can log in with your Cough Drop account to be able to access some of this content. In fact, I'm going to do that really quickly. So I'm just going to log in. Okay, so now I've logged into my Cough Drop account here on the Core Communication Workshop. You do not have to have an account, but there are some additional options that are available if you have logged into your account. So we're going to go back to that AM page and see that there are some focus words that are available. And I've added this to my focus set when I'm in Cough Drop. So this is now one of the words that I could focus on when I am working in Cough Drop. You can also create a printed packet of information, or you could choose an activity that you want to do relating to this. You can watch a video. These are some of the suggested options that are available. You can always contribute some ideas if you want that, but as we come down, you'll find that there are some different modeling options or phrases that you could use on different levels, depending on where your communicator is within their learning process. And then there are some additional resources that are available. So you can look at some learning objectives, some activity ideas. Here's something that I could quickly do. So maybe I'm sitting in class and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to focus on this word, but I'm not sure what to do. I could pull up an activity idea. This one only has one, but there are several that have a bunch. There are speech boards and speech books, digital online books that you can read that have, so I could click on this link and go to this particular book. There are topic starters that you can look at, send homes prompts, and videos that relate to this word. So I could watch a video that will focus on this core word. And then there are some related options and some additional pieces that are available. So you can come into this core word option and see just any number of different features and functions that are available. And this is all for free. Cough Drop also has a listing of online books that can be accessed at any point. So you could come and choose a book. We'll look at this jokes book, and I could read through this. When you're logged into Cough Drop, you can have the book read for you so that it'll read through the text on this book, and I can kind of look at these jokes and the things that are here. Or I could look for a different, maybe I want to have maybe I want to look for a book that has the word color in it. And so I can come in and type in this page and see, okay, here's a story about different colors and some of the things that have gone on there. Or maybe I want to look at this one about different animals that change in different ways. This is a little more complex book. There are all kinds of different things in here, but these books will teach some concepts and focus on some of those core vocabulary words. That's why it's the Core Communication Workshop, because it does focus on those things. Cough Drop also offers, the Core Communication Workshop also offers some focus sets that can be accessed for some activities or different books. So what this will do is allow you to highlight or show the words that are related to a particular book. So for example, I'm just going to come into Cough Drop really quickly, and I'm going to speak mode as me, and I'm going to look for a focus set. I'm going to look at Chicka Chicka Boom Boom just because that's one I already have saved. So I am going to set the focus words on this, and you'll see that the focus words, the words that are actually in the text of this book, are highlighted or made more prominent. It's not that I can't select these other words, but the ones that are in the book will be more focused. So this allows me to kind of focus on those particular words or topics to try to encourage those or to focus on those as I'm working on those with a communicator. You aren't limited to only just doing books. There are also context-specific activities. So you might have a set of words. You can see this set here that relates to being at the park or baking or bedtime. There are just a number of different things that you could choose a focus set to work on some core vocabulary words with a communicator and encourage that. This is also a great way to maybe get families and parents involved in your core communication exploration and say, you know what, this week we're going to work on this particular word, and I'm going to send you a link to some activities and ideas that relate to this particular word so that you can have some things that maybe you can try at home, or let me know what happens when you try things this way. It just is a way to try and stay connected as a team and be able to have some resources to help you focus on a particular topic. Okay, the next resource that I want to talk to you about is AAC in the Cloud. AAC in the Cloud is an annual AAC-focused conference that is put on by Cough Drop every year, every summer in June. We'll take 2 days and we run a free conference for AAC communicators and teams. The content is all AAC specific, so this is a great place to come and find information and resources. Cough Drop does usually offer a certificate of attendance for sessions that are viewed, so you can use a little bit of continuing education credit for those things as you move forward. This year in 2023, you're already here at a pre-conference session, but we do have our presentations lined up for the coming weeks, and you should be able to explore some of those once they become live. So you can watch them live, or later on you can come to our website here at aacconference.com and you'll be able to click on any of these links to learn more about that particular topic. One of the beautiful things about AAC in the Cloud is that it's this compilation of expert AAC supporters as well as communicators, those who are family members, people who have worked on communication teams, people who have done research, people who have created resources or apps or all kinds of, it's just a huge array of different opportunities and people who have different experience, and you can come and learn more about a specific AAC topic. If you are looking for something that you want to explore, feel free to come and peruse the different options, but you can also hover over their title, learn a little bit more about what that presentation would be about. If you are looking for past sessions, you can hit this past sessions button and you can then peruse the schedule from all of our past years of presentations, and there's just a number of resources that are available and really great presentations that will help communicators, that will help teams, that will help family members, that kind of enlighten and inspire and help everybody to have a little bit more information about communication and help you be able to take the next step in your communication journey, whatever that looks like. Our theme for this year, for 2023, is about the power of one. We believe that every person has the power to change the world around them. Whether you're a communicator, whether you're a supporter, whether you're a family member, whether you're an app designer, your efforts can make a difference. And I think we've definitely seen that as part of AAC in the Cloud, that people who come and appreciate these sessions and people who come and share in these sessions and really make a difference for the communication world. So we're glad for that to be able to be available, but come and share, come and view, send the links to people, find one that you really appreciate. Let's share it with your team and try to help everybody improve their options when it comes to communication. Okay, Cough Drop also offers a free AAC Starter Kit, and this is a great place to really get to know a little bit about AAC and to begin some of the options that are available. So Cough Drop has an implementation guide as part of this kit. There is also a listing of some AAC resources and a partner support booklet that's available that you can share to let people know, okay, if you're the teacher, here's what some of the support for AAC users would look like. If you're an SLP, if you're a sibling of an AAC user, here's some things that you can consider or some things you could do to support a communicator. There are also some printable games and activities. You're welcome to use those. These are all free to use for anybody. So if you have someone who's just starting out with AAC, this might be a great place to get going. The kit includes some core word modeling ideas and some other options to kind of just help people get to know some topics about AAC. So this is a listing of some of the resources that are available for AAC. So you can see that there are a number of links that are here, so you can see what that's looks like on this. This is a flip book that was created so that you could learn a little bit about AAC. This is a great place to start as we're coming into a new school year soon. It's a great place to sit down as part of an IEP or a parent meeting and say, all right, here's some topics that are really important. We definitely want to cover these. Here's some things you can do. Here's some things that I can do to try to make a difference. This is a resource that is some monthly core modeling options that are accessible through those calendars. Let's go back to that really quickly, because there are a number of those available for each month, so that you can see different phrases, different options that will support communication. That might be something you want to send home with parents, or post in a classroom or in public places, so that we can say, these are some things that we want to be encouraging. This is an implementation guide that kind of walks you through some reminders and some important information about AAC, some tips and some links and things that will help your communication team be at its best, how we set goals, what is core vocabulary, how we ask questions, make sure that we're doing a lot of commenting, not just asking questions, so that we can take the words that somebody is saying and then encourage them to continue and to take the next step on that. Some reminders as it relates to AAC. This is another free poster that's available that you could post in a public place or in your group or school. These are some AAC dice that are kind of fun to be able to cut out and play games with. We can fill in a word, or we could say, let's find this in our communication set. Where is that word? Or let's build a sentence. Let's roll the noun and also a verb and see what we come up with. It's just another opportunity that's available for engagement. This is a great resource, especially for those that are new to AAC. There is so much jargon in a lot of these topics and these classes and things, and we don't mean to be confusing, but at the same time, somebody who's new may not have a great understanding of some of these topics. So this is a alphabetical option to look through and, what does this word mean? What are we talking about here? Oh, okay, I know what you meant by that now. And it's just a really good, quick resource to be able to share. And this kit is helpful for communicators, for families, for teams. You can have a printable core word. This is a small one that could be printed and put on like a lanyard or something if you liked, or even posted in some more small places, maybe on the corner of a desk, or places that it could be easily accessible but wouldn't hopefully distract from other use. So that is another resource that is available and accessible for anybody who needs it. It's a great free option to be able to help somebody who's just starting out in AAC to be able to get going and know some of the things that they should explore. While we're talking about getting to know what we should do and how we should support communicators, this is another important resource. This one is available through Open AAC, which is an initiative trying to expand AAC access. This is a communication partner's self-reflection, and this is a kind of a walkthrough of some things to remember or to consider when working with an AAC communicator. So we're just going to open that really quickly. Oh. There we go. All right, so this resource is called the Communication Partner Profile, and I'm just going to read a part of this because I think it's really worded very well. The profile should take maybe 15 minutes to complete, but it is a tool for self-reflection and to help find opportunities for improvement in supporting people who use AAC. If you find yourself thinking this doesn't apply to me, please reconsider. AAC users benefit most when their entire circle of supporters helps them to learn to communicate. This form is not meant to be used as a metric to compare different AAC partners. So there's no need to feel disappointed if you're answering never or not really on some of these questions. However, it's a way for us to evaluate what are our strengths and in what places could we maybe improve and grow. So as we scroll down and look at this particular guide, you can put your name, the date that you're taking this self-reflection and encouraging growth in this opportunity. When am I interacting with AAC users? Do I respond to their attempts? Do I give them my full attention? Or am I shuffling papers while I wait for other things to happen? Do I include them in meaningful decision making? Am I familiar with their vocabulary enough to be able to kind of use it and model some words? We can move into other topics as I observe and coach others. I make sure that, and here's some different opportunities, that users have access to their device all the time, that communication partners respond to all attempts, even if they may be accidental. You don't get to decide whether someone intended to say something or not. So if someone uses their AAC to communicate something, then we need to respond. I don't know what you mean when you say bus. I'm not sure. Can you give me another word about that? Did you see a bird today? I haven't seen any birds, but maybe you did. What color was the bird? I've seen a red bird before. You know, there are things that we can take what somebody has said, we can expand and grow it to encourage additional communication. This explores several different sections of communication. I pay attention for these things. I watch out for those things. I'm following in the following settings, I look for appropriate opportunities to encourage but not force communication. So are we looking for chances during shared reading and gameplay and meal times and places of worship and travel? Are we talking about the bus when we're heading out there? There are just a lot of opportunities and places where we could encourage communication because communication is around us all the time. So we can take advantage of more opportunities than we are. And that's true for 100% of us. We could all do better. We can all improve. And this is a tool that's meant to help us see, okay, what am I doing really well? Where are my strengths? And where could I maybe look for some improvement and get a little bit better? It might be something that we want to do as a team. It might be something that we want to do individually so that we can determine where we need to grow. Maybe we want to take this at the start of the school year and then check it again right after Christmas and see, okay, this is where we were. Where are we now? Or what are our goals? How are we going to move through this? There are some additional options and resources that are available here, as well as a number of resources. This was built with the input of a lot of professionals and communicators, and this is not a one person sat down and typed something up. There was a lot of work that was put into this particular document, and I think it's a great resource as we're trying to grow communication and trying to help teams be able to grow and be at their best. All right, let's go back into presentation mode here so that we can look at our next slide. Another free resource that's available, and that's a really good option for communication teams, is the Forbes webinars that are available. The Forbes Education Department has put together a number of really great webinars on some different topics, and you can find these at this website here, forbes.com/webinars. And here you can come for free and take a look at each of these free topics. Some of them are just really, really exciting. The power of play, what is more motivating a lot of times than those engaging opportunities that our communicators want to participate in. That's great to take advantage of those options to build communication. There are some pieces about core vocabulary. We've already talked about that a little bit. Different assessment options, information about funding. It can be quite a difficult road to submit funding information. There's a lot of pieces to that, and this is a really good step-by-step guide to how to do some of that. Busting myths about AAC. There are so many out there. I know you've heard them all, and you probably roll your eyes like I do when some of these things come up, but here's some ways to maybe bust some of those myths. There are just a lot of these free webinars available. They're great resource, and they're things that can be shared and used to support AAC communication teams as they try to build and grow and become their best. So take advantage of those when you can. Watch a webinar every now and then and check out the new options that are added. It's a great, another great free resource that's available. Another option that was designed by Hannah Foley. If you don't know Hannah, she is an AAC user. She's brilliant, and we very much appreciate her understanding and insight. But this is an AAC at-home modeling guide that she created. It doesn't matter how great a supporter you are. Nobody will ever have more influence on an AAC communicator than their family and those that they spend time at home. We spend a lot more time at home than we do in school. And especially if you think about things like summer break and holiday breaks, or any time that there's illness, or if someone has aged out of a program, there are just a lot of times that we're at home. On top of which, when we think about our family, those don't change if we move to a new school or if we have a different learning opportunity. We may get a new teacher. We probably didn't get a new family. So we want to do our best to encourage families and caregivers to be able to support communicators, because they are often the primary source that's going to be working with that communicator. So Hannah has designed this particular set of information to be available for anyone. This is a link to a number of speech boards. These are available in Cough Drop, but they can actually be accessed by anyone with some limitations. If you don't have a Cough Drop account, you can still access a lot of these things, and you'll notice that there are just a lot of different board opportunities that are shared for free. Some of these character boards or music related boards or core vocabulary boards or language based system boards. There's just a lot of things that are available in this resource. And then Hannah has taken a number of core communication words and kind of set up some learning opportunities relating to these. So the idea here was that you could at home print a version of this board or even keep it digitally available so you could refer to it. But the idea was to kind of print these out and then post them near where this activity takes place. So this happens to be a communication set about watching television. So we would post this near the TV, and then there are some reminders here on some of the stuff that's available relating to TV. So here's some modeling ideas or some tips on things you could say to encourage communication when you're in that situation. Each section also has some links, some social stories, an activity idea that relates to this particular topic. So there's just a lot of pieces that are available in this resource that Hannah has designed. She's done a really great job. Some of this is about reading, playing outside, listening to music. So it's just some really common opportunities that come up for a lot of communicators, and some language that could be modeled for them that could allow for some growth and encouragement, and then some tips and activities and different features that would be hopefully a support and a help relating to those things as well. All right. Our next resource that we're going to talk about is posters. At Cough Drop, we create a fair number of posters. This is part of what I do for my job, but part of the reason I do it is because they are really well received by the community, and I am incredibly hopeful that people do print them out and put them up in their classrooms or in their offices or at home, or that they share them digitally with the people around them to give those people ideas and understanding and just kind of expand the communication options. So Cough Drop does have an array of free posters that are available. They can be printed by anyone, accessed by anyone, anywhere, and then used to support communications. Some of the posters that we have available include one on 5 keys to modeling, monthly goals check off. So there are 12 different goals and you can check off one a month. They're just some simple things to try to encourage, you know what, maybe this is something we could work on this month. And then you can check it off when you're done with that one and move on to another one, so that we're always growing and always advancing in our communication opportunities. There's a Your Voice Matters posters. There's a Subway art poster. There are printable core words and core phrases. We kind of looked at some of those that were in that AAC Getting Started kit. There is an AAC in Education poster. There's a poster about it's okay to fail. And that may not be what you think. It's not about failing so much as it is about taking advantage of growth opportunities, which a lot of times our failures or our lack of success are great chances for growth. We have a poster about AAC and autism, communication picture pieces, and just a lot more. There are a lot of things that are available, and those are they can be accessed for free through Cough Drop's website. We have a support site, and you can just do a quick search for free resources and find those posters available in that free resources section of our site. Another piece that you may want to take a look at for communication information and AAC support is the Practical website. Now, they're wonderful in and of themselves, but also Practical on their website shares every week a link to one page that they call an AAC Link Up, and I'm just going to pull that up really quickly. So on the Practical website, if you search Link Up, you'll see a number of these link up options. There's one for every week. And if you go to any of these links, you can find a number of resources that are shared by people from the AAC community. So there's no, you don't know for sure what's going to be in here, but these things are shared by people who create resources to try to support AAC. So a lot of these are shared by communicators who have specific experiences. They share blogs or insights or suggestions that really help to shape the AAC community as it moves forward. These may be shared by teachers or therapists or family members or researchers. Sometimes there are research papers shared in here. Sometimes it's stories or printables or just activities. There are all kinds of things that are available here. So you can click on any of these links and explore those options and get to know what's available in that AAC link up. And again, those are shared for free through the practical website. So you can go and look through things that have been shared in the past and just kind of keep an eye on new opportunities that are shared and help the community be able to grow. Another great resource that you can another great resource is the site Teachers Pay Teachers. This is a site that probably most of you are aware of, where teachers or those in the education field can create resources and then share them. A lot of times this is a place where teachers or others in the education field can share resources that they've created with people in the community. So I just want to take a quick look at some of those things. I did a fast search for free AAC on the Teachers Pay Teachers website. I should go back. This is teacherspayteachers.com. And then I just did a search for free AAC. You'll notice my first thing that came up is not free, but a lot of them are. So as I scroll down, you're going to see that there are a lot of resources here that are absolutely free and accessible to anybody. So there's activities, there's printables, there's just all kinds of ideas and thoughts and suggestions that are available for free. You will need to create an account so that you can log in and download those, but it is free to create an account. So you should be able to access those without any additional funding or payments needed on that. Now, this is also a great place to go ahead and pay somebody for their work. These are people who are living these situations, and they have some really solid insight and good ideas. So a lot of these resources are very thoughtfully designed and very intentional. So if you're looking for something to purchase, this might be a great place to do that. So take a look at those resources and maybe see if there's something there that can be a fit for you or for your team. So Teachers Pay Teachers, another great resource that is available for free to support communicators. Another resource that we talked a little bit about already is Cough Drop itself. Cough Drop does have an array of publicly shared speech boards that can be accessed when you're logged into your account, but you can also access those when you're in a free trial or just through the website. There are some limitations when you access Cough Drop without an account, so I'm not going to say that you'll have full access to everything all the time, but you can still view speech boards, and we do share links to speech boards on a regular basis. Cough Drop does have a number of publicly shared boards about lots of different topics. We have boards about the Olympics or football games, or there's a listing here. There's an animal sounds board. That one's pretty popular. There are boards about how to use your Google Home device, so you can give Google commands. Boards linked to some online books through like Tar Heel Reader or the Core Communication Workshop. There's a template for a Gestalt language board where you can add some of the phrases that your communicators use, but it's kind of a template that's already sort of put together and linked to some core words so that you can continue to model core vocabulary while also including those important Gestalts. There is a Choose Your Own Adventure activity board where you play a little piece and then you can choose what happens in some different stories that are there. There's a piano board where if you push the speech buttons, it will make a piano sound, so you can create songs, or there are a few songs that are pre-created that you can go through step by step. There are lots of holiday boards for Black History Month or Hanukkah, Easter, just kind of lots of holiday options that are available. And then there are, of course, some character boards that people create, Star Wars and Harry Potter and Avatar. There's a D&D board. There are just a lot of things that are available for free within Cough Drop, and you can access those through the search bar at the top of most Cough Drop screens. Just search for a topic and you'll never know what you can find in there. There's just a lot of things that could be a real help to you. So if you have a Cough Drop account, you'll have full access to those that are shared publicly. You can make your own copy and then you can edit and adjust those as you want. If you don't have a Cough Drop account, you can still view those with some limited access, but it gives you kind of a taste of how Cough Drop can be a help and a support for you. And then you could come and get a Cough Drop account, because you totally should, because it's wonderful. Anyway, last but not least, in fact, probably most important of all, don't forget that you are your students' most valuable resource. There's no printed option, there's no game, there's no video or song that could possibly replace what you can do to support and encourage your student by engaging with them, by letting them know that they matter. Oh, you said this, I don't know what it means. That's okay. I heard you, and we're gonna assume intent on the words that you're saying. As you show somebody that the things that they say matter, that you're listening, that you're looking to expand on what they've communicated. They say happy and you're like, I'm happy today too, or I'm not happy today. Today I'm having a hard time. Let me tell you what happened. You build a relationship and you expand the most important reason for communication, and that's the connection between people. Don't forget that the things you do and the person that you are with your communicator is significantly more important than having the funnest activity or the best game or the coolest story to be able to teach and encourage. So that's what I have for you today. Those are the resources that I wanted to share. They, as I said, are all free and available online to anyone. You don't have to have specific access or a specific login to be able to reach these. Go explore, find things that work for you, and share them with others. When you find something that's wonderful, put it out there so that everybody in the AAC community can see that and participate and be part of that as well. We sincerely wish you really good luck as you move forward in supporting these communicators. We know you can do it. And it's a beautiful thing to see. We're grateful that we get to be part of that journey with a lot of you, and we hope to continue to watch and learn from and support you as you move forward. If you have any questions about this particular presentation, I will share the slides. There'll be a link through our conference website, and I'll share the slides there, and it will have a link to all these different resources so you can access those there. But if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Melissa DeMoe, and you can reach me at melissa@coughdrop.com at that website, or excuse me, that email address that's listed there. And I'd be happy to help you with anything that I can. Thanks for being here today. I appreciate you coming and being part of AAC in the Cloud, and I hope we'll see you in another session. Thanks and have a great day.